In 2007, there was a large march on City Hall to deflect the murders in the city, which were at an extremely high rate, much higher than they are today. A wonderful event, however, 6 months later, the murders kept going on. We were killing 10 people a week in 2007.
But different people in the congregation said, we should march on the mayor's office every week. And my husband said, well, if you march on the mayor's office every week, you ought to take something when you go. So we came up with the idea of taking a flower, one for a rose actually, one for each murder victim in the city that week, to the mayor, to the DA, and to the police department.
And there were as many as 10 roses, 15 roses a week.
We began then to have to accumulate the names of those that were murdered during the week in the metro area, and that wasn't as easy a process as one might think. Sometimes these were almost invisible. You had to look to the third or the fourth or the fifth page of the front section of the paper to find anything at all, and sometimes it was weeks before the person was identified.
And so we began by listing the names on what's called a cheap coroplast board, and to this very day we still use that. And at first we started having the names printed, but the printers couldn't keep up with the murders. So we had to start writing them using a Marks-a-Lot. As it stands now, we've got over 2,000 names in our permanent memorial to the victims of violence. And startling. Well, one of the outcomes of the murder board is a very troubling sense that children in the city of New Orleans are falling through the cracks, right and left. Invariably, if they fall through enough cracks, they end up on the murder board. So Darrell Durham came to me and proposed a program.
Anna's Place NOLA is a positive youth development organization that was founded in 2010 to help children in the Treme and in Greater New Orleans overcome the cycle of poverty and violence that was affecting so many of them in their lives. The basic idea behind Anna's Place NOLA is to make sure that our children are able to read and comprehend at grade level, and then to give them experiences in the area of STEM and arts and culture, so that they have experiences that extend beyond their own community, that extend beyond their own families. Our hope is that with these experiences and with the ability to comprehend, they can overcome the challenges of a poor school, they can overcome the challenges of a household that's not as supportive, and they can become self-educators and hopefully discover an opportunity that will later become a career choice for them.
The Dodwell House is an old historic building located in a very historic neighborhood, the Treme. It's in deep, deep need of restoration and preservation. And that is what we're trying to do.
The money that we raise through this fundraiser will not only allow us to complete the process of renovating the Dodwell House, but it will allow us to open the doors of this community center for a wide variety of programming. The Dodwell House will be a place where a child who feels like there's no hope in the world can come and can interact with adults who really care for them and will train them and show them that they can overcome these challenges that they were born into that they didn't ask. The Dodwell House will also become an institution and a physical facility for other individuals who say, I want to make change in this world. And we will become a template for any community that says, I want to change the world and make this world a better place for children, but I don't know how.